Imagine watching your hands crochet a lace skirt, watching your feet pad along a path, your voice singing, your thumb tapping songs on a glass screen, and never feel like there is a you doing or not doing anything or nothing. Imagine the feeling that there are no separate things, no one thing being pummeled about by other things, like being in a universe of ping pong balls. No longer feeling like this is a universe filled with razor sharp edges that all feel like barriers between your broken heart and a love light you just know must be there somewhere. Imagine knowing always that there is no other, better, more, or next, that what seems to appear is indeed always it. Wouldn't there be a seamless ease and an unspeakable quietude, no matter what seems to appear, when all hope and fear and need of a never arising next is gone? Imagine no longer trying to change or fix yourself or others or the world, as you know without a doubt that life is, just as it seems to appear, utterly perfect. Imagine knowing that no one, including you, is the instigator of their thought, feeling, or action, that life indeed does itself totally spontaneously. Imagine knowing and feeling always that there are no separate things or feelings or thoughts or moments, that there is no right or wrong way to feel or think or act or live or love or die. Imagine knowing you and everyone you love or have ever loved is a dream character in a play that no one wrote, that sings itself, that all measurement and dimension and time and love are made up. Imagine knowing that this life, just as it seems to appear, is the only life you can ever know, and that there is no one who can escape. Imagine knowing deeply that although love and beauty arise only in the dream, through your beautiful eyes, that there are no others. You can only see your imaginary reflection in this love dance with others. Imagine that this vast emptiness that you have tried to fill your entire life is true, that you are a flowing thought dream and are ultimately alone. Yet here you are, most magically appearing, dancing in the Grand Canyon of love. Some of these words will slide into boxes of the already known. Some may skip out of the grooves of habitual thought patterns and catapult you out of the assumption of knowing into an edgeless incertitude. Shadows flicker and swirl across and through your feet, your face, your heart in this dance without a center or edge. Light and wind stream from everywhere, from nowhere, from inside and outside. There is no source to the echo that reverberates through your thought stream, as you are not separate from it. You cannot find separate thoughts, separate feelings, separate moments, or anything truly to hold on to, or any place to rest. You are the looking for certitude, the fear of unknowing, the fear of disappearing in this love dance with which you long to merge. You cannot merge with it, as you are it. You have never been separate from what's going on, this beautiful flow of life, this fleeting wind ballet that seems to embrace you and push and pull you along. You are the pushing and pulling, the trying to hold it, to capture it, to make permanent this magic that you sense lies behind your shadow. But there is nothing painting your reflection. No one fills your shoes and sweeps you across the dance floor. There is no floor to stand on, to dance on, to lie upon when you die. You are the prism between the imaginary known and the unknowable, pouring color and light into the dream, flooding the pages of your story with love and beauty that disappear the moment these words paint you. Just like this, as it has always been, yet never was, nor will ever be, you are this ever-emerging, ever-wilting, blooming flower of life, feeling its own tender, vibrant aliveness through the symphony of perception and its inseparable recognition. Painted with watercolor tears in the river of song, written with sky in sky, with your very breath and heartbeat, life sings you as you sing these very words within which you emerge. You come to me with your methods and practices you believe will lead to a peaceful mind. I say the quiescence of which I sing has nothing to do if there are thoughts or not. I do not see you as the instigator of thought, feeling, belief, or action. I feel your longing for this silence, this hush that you believe your practice will give you. You are this longing and the hush. You cannot find it or create it anew. All these teachers and teachings imply that they have something you do not, that somehow you are flawed. I do not see you as broken. They imply that there is a destination and perpetuate the painful belief in other, better, more, and next. All there is this edgeless, sweeping momentary. You know that. I see you as unspeakably beautiful no matter what you seem to believe or think, and I weep that you cannot see this. No one can see their own beauty. Come closer that we may bask in the beauty of each other's reflections, this imaginary space in between us, the only place we exist. Come closer that we may bask in the beauty of each other's reflections, this imaginary space in between us, the only place we exist. I am not here to help you or heal you. I know you are not broken. I cannot give you anything or nothing. I cannot share this sublime emptiness, as there is no one who has it. I will not tell you more lies for you to weave into your wall of fear of unknowing. This is it, Coyote, whatever it looks or feels like. There is no other, better, more, or next. You, as an imaginary persona, are utterly alone. If it's realized by that thing you call your brain that there are no separate things or moments or selves or others, there is a sublime, bittersweet aloneness as you discover you exist only as a dream character who can only see herself in others' eyes. You are a sourceless reflection, an echo of an echo, a streaming thought dream through which awareness is aware of being aware. Enlightenment is more marvelous than I could have ever dreamed or wished for, but it is not about escaping your beautiful humanness. All the normal human emotions flow. There is simply no one feeling them. There never was. Life still flows along its natural course. It simply is not happening to someone. It never was. No one has ever done or not done anything or nothing. There is no one to have or not have a self. You cannot let go of it. You exist only as an imaginary self. Utterly amazing, beautiful you. Wet in wet, blue in blue, vastness in vastness, sky in sky. Love wrote your name in the river, and you could no longer find it. You are the flowing, the swirling, the laughing, the weeping, not lost nor found, empty footfalls, empty handfuls of wind. Day fades into your beautiful sunset, colors bleeding, sea and sky echo this last kiss. Voices of thought, bits of song, tendrils of memory untie themselves in the wind. A crow dives and dances and lands in the tops of the swaying palms. Ocean whispers, there is no time, and you remember as you are carried into this sensuousness of lostness, of the fullness of sky and the death of grasping. Only memory painted your reaching hands, your trembling heart that ached for tomorrow and wept at the never forever beauty of time. Dissolved yet dancing, longing of wind sings your name. Love wrote her name in the seafoam clouds, and she watched them dissolve in the whirlpools and eddies of sky and the fathomless suck of tides. Why me? Why love? All questions fell through the deep abyss that closed when joy and sorrow merged and smiled. I am as you see me, a girl, a woman, an artist, a poet. What is it that draws these hands, that scribbles these lines, that paints my mouth, that sings these words, that dance across your mind stream? What is it that longs to kiss a love song in your heart, your very own love song that sings you? I am this longing, this ache of never and forever that dances life into the looking glass and twirls. I am a symphony of words falling through a song of unknowing. What is enlightenment? What is a sage? What is the sound of moonlight shimmering on the receding waves? Rush and roar of traffic, afternoon sun catches one falling golden leaf. Falling mountain echo, dissolves in the canyon. Love, a kiss of shadows streaming through each other, always a perfect fit. Real, unreal, this kiss of no tomorrow, from the inside, from the outside. Death dissolves all sides, looking out, looking in. Light pouring through light, space into space, emptiness into emptiness. No things to grasp, leaves no grasper. Time an illusion, the morning glory sings. Skin, blood, bones, rocks. Under the roots, more roots. Mountain spills into the valley. Words paint this song of empty shadows that no one wears. Full moon tugs the tides, tugs my heart. I cannot pluck its beauty from the shadows. No one can point to what is not. There are no empty hands or fingers pointing. Mystery, another name to try to hold the ocean that lies beneath this breath. Under the stillness, not even nothing. Unadorned radiance blooms. We are the petals, wilting. Supreme vast spaciousness without time or non-time, without space or emptiness, without direction or non-direction, without movement or non-movement, without ending or beginning, without emptiness or fullness. There is no emptiness that can be filled, nor fullness that need be emptied. Nothing need be done. Nothing can be done. There is no path and no one to follow, no one to arrive and no goal to reach, no ground and no one to fall, no wisdom to attain or ignorance to lose. There is no one to be confused or non-confused. It cannot be grasped, as you are not separate from it. There is no separation. No separate things or events can be found. Looking for it seems to push it away. It is intuited and need not and cannot be understood. Always on, stillness. Weaving and unweaving the hem of her empty dress, tattered dreams that no one wore, strolling through the canyon of silent footfalls crumbling. Between everything and nothing, tendrils of emptiness weave sound into shadow, light into echoes that no one can find. Beautifully woven light dreams of endless seas and edgeless skies kiss as we sit on a fallen tree in the summer sun. I lost myself on the path to nowhere and found us dancing down the timeless empty streets of mind. Color and light and form seem to appear, yet they are empty of meaning or non-meaning. She reached in the dark places where no one lived and found flowers in the dirt, growing towards the light and wilting in this empty love song that thrums, thrums, thrums through her heart. This is beautiful, she whispered, to no one, to everyone, to her own reflection that has always been dancing with death. Drowned in your own darkness, love is finding you can breathe underwater. Overtones and undertones reverberate into this heart song that sings itself. You can hear it always in the ease of life, feeling its own aliveness through you. Light and shadow need each other to twist and twine and flow through the embrace of never forever. Time, a beautiful daydream that gives you a seat on the train to your own demise. Knowing love is as real as tomorrow, you find yourself weeping. How beautiful the sunset as it echoes your name. Beauty, a name for what seems to slaughter us with its very ungraspable impermanence. Yet we are the beauty, we are the dance, twirling down the Grand Canyon of love. All by itself, life sings and dances a love song of one, of two, of many, of none. How or why is no longer asked. It's the unknowing that whooshed into the whoosh and was recognized as the most precious jewel. The soft kiss of no tomorrow slaughtered me with unbearable beauty, as though there were someone to let go or hold on to the day. The beauty of life just as it seems to appear, the uncapturability, the unfigure-outability, the knowing of utter impermanence that life does itself effortlessly. It's the fluidity, the edgelessness that wows. Lassos of sky cannot consume blue, push and pull of tides, naked cliffs, wind and sun fall into the sea. Horizons never reached, inside has no place, outside no lines, ever-present, all-encompassing aliveness, brief. Tenderness blossoms, wilts, and dies, like the sun and wind, tears and kisses on your cheeks. These words that fade as soon as they are spoken, this life that dissolves as soon as it paints itself. Tears flow as a river into the edgeless sea. Ravishingly beautiful, this beauty that cannot be captured with words or hearts or mind. Sublimely beautiful how love, simply a word, is known and felt by all, yet has no outlines or inlines, and it is the linelessness we love and recognize and feel so deeply. She kissed the wind to find direction and felt the sea fall all around her. There was no purchase on the starlit path. She wondered if her feet were hers. There was no comfort in adding up a lifetime, no rungs on the ladder of time. Vault of sky crashed and there was nothing above. First crow of morning had no meaning, nor the sun's first warmth. Her heart collided with an echo of love and dropped beneath the bottomless depths. Below time there was raw, sublime aloneness. Ocean song poured through her. Adrift on a sea of dreams, love had no place when it was everywhere and nowhere. Only this song of love that had no source or goal or words that needed remembering. A reflection of futures, days past, cast a lifetime of shadows across the skyline. It unwrapped her nakedness with a story of a girl who lost herself and found these beautiful liquid eyes. Ocean bathes, wet and wet, sun dances, light in light, wind surfs wind, life breathes, echoes play, rippling reflections of reflections of reflections. Mirrored glance reveals starlight pouring through me, through you, ballet of time and place, empty beyond empty, full and rich beyond measure. We arise in the dance, the twining of shine and shadow. A caress, a kiss, a gesture, a touch reveals an empty hand longing to be held. Wind blows and falls silent, song of flowers blooming. Day grows and falls into its own hush. Love wrote her name in my heart. Moonlight swoons through moonglow. She sings her name, our names, just like this. Where is yesterday's sky? Where are the tears of tomorrow? When is your heart not weeping? I see the footprint of my heart hanging in its own shadow, blossoming into golden, autumn leaves falling. I spied my shadow lingering on the garden path. Lustrous moon filled my footsteps, the empty dawn. Last song of returning partygoers echoes into the sea. Waves crash and recede and reverberate up the cliffs. Symphony of night, of cricket song, the sleeping breath of morning. Faucet slowly drips into a bucket, and the first crows call in answer. They weave their nests in the tops of the towering palms which sway outside our balcony. The heaviness of stillness whispering, "This is it," is evoked by poems that stir our hearts with a beautiful longing that cannot be caught. And who would want to catch the morning breeze or stop thought? They exist in their movement, this caress of life swirling. Life seems to dance all around you, yet without you there is no dance, no wind, no waves to sing of your aloneness, no one to revel in the intimacy of touching, hearing, watching, tasting, this all-pervading feeling of aliveness that permeates the passion play. You are not separate from feeling, no one has it. You are not separate from thought, there is no thinker. There is no one who can step outside of this edgeless sea of dreams and manipulate the wind. We are impressions of reflections, a gossamer woven light raft shimmering on the sea of dreams, footprints dancing on the edge of time. There was never a moon nor anyone to point, no time when or before or after. Hello, goodbye, hello, this afternoon without time, unending magic hour. Moonlight's shadow fills the cracks where I lost my reflection, infinite beauty ricocheting, reverberating, echoing. Infused with stories of love songs, a kiss from within perfumes the vast canyon where I once lived and yet remain. This memory of love is who I am. Beauty roars, flows, tiptoes, infinite petals bloom, filling me, emptying me. Without these clothes of nakedness, I cannot feel the magnificent ache of sky. Memories lost their grip, the knots loosed themselves. Where were the strings that held my heart? Where were the ropes that moonlight slid down? Where were the vines that held my innermost being from exploding? Inside fell through outside, in between collapsed into in between, halfway towards up. A million shades of sunlight erased the illusion of shine and shadow. My heart dropped, weeping and laughing deeply at the same time. Watercolors on the river. this ever-blossoming, ever-wilting momentary emerging and dissolving into itself sings. Tears flow, the world is weeping, slipping into the imaginary spaces between us, love ignites, washed in ringlets of dew, set adrift, gossiping among the stars. Words, like a film of iridescent oil, create dragons breathing fire, battles won and lost, time lost itself, but passion plays on. The cup is painted with delicate swirls that spin clouds into your drink. We drink deeply this life that drinks us, this tiny window, this brief glance. It fills us and pours us out. Through us, the universe recognizes its own aliveness and sings. Scattered voices, bits of song and laughter weave themselves into ocean song. Egrets fly home to roost. White wings and the mirroring sea catch the last light. Thin moon paints a door into the cricket night. Walking through shadows that echo on the cliffs, the sublime ache of aloneness sings like this. All eyes are alive with the singing of it. Even the wind that dances in the palm fingers paints it across this path. It is the song of our aliveness that we share in the shadowland, and it is the twining of songs that brightens into this searing love. I greet you and weep at your broken-hearted beauty, or is it mine I see reflected in your beautiful, beautiful eyes? I can no longer tell and do not care, as I am this shared humanness. We exist only as each other's echoes, and there is no original song from which we spring. Not eternal nor temporary, the tears of time fled long ago, and I can only see and feel this kiss that sings my lines, this love that bleeds into the dream. There are no waves nor ocean without you. Your brain paints distinction through this ever-flowing thought stream. Through words, the picture of endless blue. Through song, the painting of you on the cliff, breathless with this overwhelming beauty of life singing you. Without words, this unsigned current of emotion drinks you and fills you. What erases the lines between joy and sorrow is not the absence of words. It is the end of belief in them. Thought becomes most beautiful when it is known to paint the wind. There are no footprints on the road to nowhere, not even mine. Last crickets pierce wind-withered sky. Morning love songs hang from a branch. Falling petals, old poems dying. Caught on feathers, white seabird. My eyes follow the sunset. Beauty weeps at its own unfathomable nature. Through these eyes, love sings and paints the wetness that sees it. Dawn looks at me and does not turn away. I write love letters that I cannot send. I sing verses that it cannot hear. In this dance of light and shadow that trace my steps, my heart song, my breath in the wind, I emerge. In these wild lines that burst from love's fire, where there is not even darkness nor emptiness, not even a void, day breaks and sings. Whispered stories, shadows in the wind, empty silhouette of sky. You may find yourself walking along a beach and start to wonder if you're in the water or on the sand. You may turn around to see from where your footsteps came and find none. You may begin to find the sea falling into sky as the lines that separated down and up begin to blur, and you may begin to feel dizzy. You may lunge into a hut on the beach where others gather and tremble at the enormity of sky and light and the absence of any safe harbor. You may mouth their words of vastness for a while. But the longing may outweigh the fear of unknowing, and you may find an unspeakable joy when this absence of handholds leaves you sobbing as you watch your dreams of love and tomorrow burn in this all-consuming conflagration. Never and forever collide in this unfathomable namelessness where tears still flow, but there is no one weeping. The empty moon inside your heart cannot hold light nor shadow. Dusk flowers in the shadowland. Wind beats on these tattered shutters. Dark cannot hide your emptiness, nor your tears.